What's going on, everybody? It's Brett here. We're back on my YouTube channel, Good Talk Gaming, picking up where we left off last time in our Warriors of the North DLC Let's Play. It's day 20, it's in the evening, and we're about to jump on Turn Over Stones. I'm a little worried. I'm going to be real with you. It's going to be a swamp battle. I'm anticipating undead, but anyway, let's talk for a second about yesterday's episode. We picked up Sir Lancel. That is Jotnar's brother from another mother, and he is an awesome addition to the team. He has Swift, he has Optimist, he's an adventurous noble, so his stats are going to be pretty sick by the end of it. Oh yeah, how could we even forget? Look at Jotnar's gear, guys. We picked up the Stalwart Golden Skull Cap and the Sellsword's Hide, one of the new DLC armors. And we just got it right off the bat. Jotnar is now an absolute tank. Our backline was fleshed out pretty nicely. We now have a decent, range squad who can double as two-handers in a pinch. And our front line has gone nice and wide. And with all of these kite shields and heater shields and stuff, we're actually pretty tanky. Wonton Fu is the only one that doesn't have, a better shield. Can we fix that? That might be something worth fixing before we go too deep. We really can't. I guess that's fine for now, and it's kind of easier on his fatigue and stuff anyway. But alright, enough stalling. Let's go ahead and get into this battle. Turn over stones. Wish me luck. So in the swamps, armies with bigger range compositions have the advantage. Raiders, perfect. It's even giving us, this solid ground to stand on. We could try and rotate before they get to us. And by rotate, I mean take the guys down top and scoot everybody over so that we kind of occupy this territory. But I don't think that's absolutely needed. 38, that's just a better shot. But this axe is what I'm most scared of. Man, we went for the supposed easy shots and we missed. Perfect. 61 and dead. 51 versus 53. Man, that guy's just living his best life in the swamp, and we can't stop him. Let's come up here into this grass, and anyone who wants to go around is going to have to go way around, or they're going to have to fight Isaac, the absolutely terrifying. They're going to have to fight him from the muddy water, and nobody wants to do that. I was about to say, I don't even know why I shot at him again. We're just never going to get lucky. So there's a little bit of a causeway here of muddy earth, which is definitely better than the murky water. So let's hold it. Wonton Fu right in the center. It's actually perfect. We have some grass here. Let's move up and take that. And because they're going to go ahead of us, we can go ahead and shield wall. I think this is all fine. Yeah, Sir Lancel's the only one in a really awkward position. Everyone else is okay. If we just shield wall, we'll be good. He's kind of in the crook of this formation. And there's no need to shield wall these two. No one's going to be able to reach them. Good, good, good. Solid. Oh, Lord, that wrecked my shield. That was one of those big throwing spears. They pull them out and use them so quickly, sometimes you miss what happens. Oh, they have marksmen. Okay. We'll pass. We might end up shield walling here if we can't take out this raider, but we're going to go for him and see if we can't kill him. Remember, he does have a range of 2, so unless we want to step out into the mud with Isaac, we're not going to have much luck getting him. And this marksman, if he comes out from behind this tree, we'll consider focusing him down as well. He doesn't have a particularly good bow, If he had a tier 2 bow... Nice. Another spear wall. We're essentially keeping this raider back just by making it so that... Like, he doesn't want to go up the center, right? The AI is smart about spear walls now. They used to be pretty dumb. He doesn't want to go here. At first, the AI was like, oh man, I've got this solid ground. I'm going to take it. But now he's looking at the spear wall and he knows he doesn't want to go there. It's doing the math. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're funneling them into this kind of open area. And we'll just hold here. Is he shield walling? No. We'll wait. We'll wait and see. I don't want to lose one of my kite shields. Okay. Well, that's a recipe for losing kite shields. And what we can do now is we can move him here and shield wall just to strengthen Isaac's. We just want to make sure we don't get aim shot by that marksman. Let's step up. Take a big hit here. And we'll use adrenaline to make sure we get to go first. And let's hope he's not going to do a big round swing, because he'll kill one of his own guys, probably. Good kill. Yeah, so he's going to go for the one shot on Sir Lancel and not going to get it. Thankfully. We're able to kill the pikeman. Still he wants to fight. 55% chance. We're missing all of these pretty easy opportunities to take out this one archer. That was a good hit. We'll take that. We don't need much more. An aim shot might do it. And it does. We take him out. And another quiver for us is pretty great. Can't really move up. Yeah, there's nowhere to go. So we'll just pass. Sir Lancel, not quite getting the kill, but very close. Pitchfork time. Ooh, and that nails him. They do get to go before us. There we go. And that's going to be like a mass rout, which is perfect. Was hoping to rout him as well, but he's already gone, so we're not that concerned about him. Step up. We don't want anyone to be able to make it out of here. Swing and a miss. Step here, we'll have a clear line of sight. Yeah, and if we hit either one of them, we're happy. That was a pretty win-win for us. Step up. And Jotnar doesn't play any games. We just don't want to lose our shield. I think that's the only thing we're in danger of right now. For us to replace that kind of a piece of equipment would be really expensive. A couple hundred. In the late game, I mean, we'll be drowning in kite shields. But for right now, they're pretty precious. So this ended up not being too bad of a fight. And ultimately, it looks like it's going to be worth it. As far as I can tell. We took some, armor damage, but not a lot, not enough. If we get some tools, generally you kind of get some tools from these types of fights. We cannot switch to the pike. We need 4. Man, we really got to get quick hands ASAP. And I'm still pondering whether or not we need to get Pathfinder, or we should. I like it thematically. I hate... using some of the more losing some of the more, you know, combat-oriented perks for the utilitarian ones. I wish we could just, man, if we could just have maybe 1 or 2 more perks. And I think there are mods that could change that. I don't know if I want to add a mod to this, but it could be interesting. Because to be honest, the perks that I would add are not the ones that would make me like an overpowered juggernaut in combat. It would be the ones that would let me better utilize some of the items in the game, like bags and belts. Maybe give me some better movement options. So we got a helmet upgrade, an armor upgrade, another boar spear, another pike, decent crowns, ammo, food, and some amber shards. So that was worth it. 100% worth it, since we didn't lose anybody, that is. So let's head back. We'll head back to Brookburg. That's not really where we want to sell stuff, though, because their sell prices are garbage. But if we can pick up some more tools, that would be great. And somebody in the front line could use this Lamellar. Let's give that to Fritz. He's earned it. We have padded leather. Anyone using something worse than padded leather? No. So we are completely above padded leather right now. So that's kind of a cool little accomplishment. Is someone using something worse than a pike? No, we're like past pikes now too. Wow, that was fast. That addition of that damaged bill hook from the last episode, I mean, we took quantum leaps forward in terms of our gear. And our front line is all better than Raider helmets, than these nasal helms. Our crossbowmen are both wearing them. This is a 110 though. That's better than these. So let's take that. These are 105s. Is there anything else I'm missing? I mean, we picked up a woodcutter's axe. That's not the two-hander I'm looking for if I'm going to convert Svarog. I'm looking for something, I mean, a long axe would probably be good enough. And archers. If we can give them, Ozzy is going to be a tremendously good archer. So let's give him the second quiver. So for those of you who don't know, you know, in a battle, you shoot 10 arrows and that's it. You're out of ammo. You can't reload unless you have another quiver here in your kind of inventory slot. In which case now we've given him a pool of 20 arrows to draw from. So Sir Lancelot levels. Let's make sure we give him student first. Ooh, -3. I mean, we could just knock that out right now. That looks pretty tempting. And I think we will. We'll just get him back to that 0, up from negative. Pump his hit points a little bit and his fatigue. His melee skill luckily starts at 60, but he has no stars in it. So, I mean, we're going to need to take 2s and 3s on him, probably. And then Zach Longshanks. So, Zach, congratulations to you, buddy. You're awesome in the comment section. I really appreciate you. Zach is going to be our battle standard bearer. And that's a pretty big deal in this game. In the later stages of our playthrough, there are going to be battles where we kind of forego even using the short or our bow in favor of, you know, just straight up using the battle standard, because we're going to be in fights where our morale is almost more important than our damage. But at the moment, we're going to want Brawny, of course. We're going to want Executioner. But I think here we just take Bow Mastery. He's a decent combatant in melee for sure, with his good melee skill. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to be primarily an archer. Although, you know what? He could end up being a crossbowman. Let's hold off on that. We'll hold off 1 more or maybe even 2 more levels. It's nice to get the bow mastery early because it increases the maximum firing range of your bows by 1. So, and it reduces fatigue. So it's a really strong ability. And if you have someone you know is going to be a dedicated archer, like Ozzy, and probably Janold, although Janold's looking a little low. Who's the lowest? See, Eugene could end up being... Yeah, Eugene is probably going to end up being a better archer than Janold. And these are the minute changes that you have to make in the game. You got to figure this stuff out early. That way you don't end up with brothers in the wrong roles. It's not, nothing is set in stone yet, but it's, so basically how I'm determining this is the higher the range skill, the more likely it's going to be a archer as opposed to a crossbowman, because crossbowmen get help in their ranged skill by the actual shoot bolt ability, which gives them up to a 15% chance to hit. So that's if someone's like right next to them, but and it diminishes over range, but they just need just a little bit less range skill to be effective. So here we go. Zach is going to take, man, a 3 and a 3. But as our battle standard, we're going to need to start pumping his resolve. So I think we have to take that there. And then we can probably do, we definitely want a 3 in range skill. We can't pass that up. And we could try and get him up to 60 in melee skill, but I think that's going to be pretty easy to do. I mean, he's almost there already. Let's just take this 4 roll in fatigue. The higher his fatigue, the better the armor we can put him in. And because we switched... No, wait, no. Did I do that wrong? Probably. We need to make sure we're not obstructing our vision on our crossbowman. Alright, Zach. Zach just looks like a mean badass. Okay, I think that's enough messing with that. I think we did well. Brookberg, here we come. Hold on to our gear as much as we can. Try and buy some tools because we need even more. Yeah, we need way more than we have. Go down to Dornan. We should be getting an ambition, another ambition soon. We're currently at reliable. We're still dreaded though because we attack people. And we're allied with Dornan, so that's really good for the prices and the amount they're willing to pay us for stuff. And this is a really well defended area right here. They have like a watchtower and a garrison. They can spawn a ton of troops. So let's go into the marketplace. Hopefully they have tools. They do not. Damn. We do not have tools. Anything that's like broken that we could take advantage of, that would be cool. I mean, the prices here aren't bad. 16 on the shield. But if we just hold off, let's get rid of the broken stuff. We're not going to repair a short sword. Okay. We were just here not that long ago, but we can still check stuff out. Let's get Malgrim. Man, we had a lot of Malgrims in our last playthrough. Let's get a Malgrim for Lancel. That's not what I meant to click on. Get on that weaponsmith, check them out briefly. Nothing we can afford, nothing we should try and get. Once again, same thing here. We can consider picking up a kite shield for Wonton. It's not a bad investment. How much better is it? 15 and yeah. I mean, it's another 6 fatigue for him, which is rough, but it's another 10 range defense. I think we'll hold off. What I really am aggravated about, first off, we haven't been able to fight many beasts because we're stuck in this like tiny area. But so that means we can't get any of the crafting ingredients that you get from killing beasts. And it also is frustrating because even if we had them, we couldn't do anything with them because we don't have any access to taxidermists. So we really need to get, where are you coming from? Wisendorf, you'll never make it. Sorry, buddy. We're going to attack these guys. I don't know if they're going to help us. They didn't help us last time. Yeah, they're not helping us this time either. Let's step up. This is just a quick little fight. Trying to make crowns. The more crowns we make, the further away we can leave until people like us. So I don't need to hang around Dornan forever. If I can stockpile, like we had about 5,000 crowns, and then we spent 3,000 on Sir Lancel because I couldn't help myself. But after that, if we could stockpile some crowns, we can go north and try and fight some of the barbarians ourselves, try and trigger some of the events that let us recruit barbarians, that sort of thing. And we can get back on track with our original game plan. But we can't do that unless we have big stockpiles of food, tools, ammunition, and crowns. Our brothers need to be in good shape, so there's a lot of prerequisites for that. That we're just not quite there yet, but we're almost there. I mean, the lamellar armor, the basic mail, we're making progress. And we're getting pretty dang close. I don't remember off the top of my head how renowned we have to be in order for the larger cities to give us contracts. But I think we've got to be relatively close. I can look that up. I mean, it's not a big deal. But it's a good thing to know to use that. Adrenaline. This invisible tree is blocking us. Hopefully there's something good in here that was worth slaughtering all these men. And donkeys. Never forget. Good hit. Arming swords so deadly in the early game. Swords themselves can taper off in the late game as everything gets, you know, more and more heavily armored. But in the early game, swords are just like your best friend. Like I said, for armor purposes, for those of you who maybe aren't that familiar, swords just don't have the armor piercing. They're one of the weakest armor piercing weapons, but overall they're just straight numbers. They have really high DPS if you just look at the numbers. So against a guy like him, they do a ton. But against an orc warrior, they do almost nothing. He tried to break our shield. Walking in the swamp. For those of you who don't know, I'm from South Louisiana. I've done my fair share of walking in the swamp. Almost died a few times. As a kid. Unsupervised. Would not recommend. So what'll happen is sometimes you'll be walking and you think you're stepping on solid ground and you're not. You'll end up stepping into kind of like a soft pit. And you can fall pretty deep sometimes. Almost like cartoons falling in quicksand. That's kind of how it is. Get that donkey and we're good to go. Alright, cross your fingers for good loot. Come on. That was a bit of a pain in the butt type of fight. Okay. I mean, food. We're basically making it so that we don't have to buy food. And this is a few hundred crowns worth of stuff. Alright, let's head out. Okay, here we go. Another ambition. This is exactly what we needed. A fresh, cool breeze is blowing today, and you feel like it's a good time for the Jarls of Jorvik to start something new. You call the men to gather round. What do you tell them? We need to catch the eye of one of the noble houses for more profitable work. They play their own dangerous game, but what does it matter as long as the pay is good? We need to name a sergeant. I think that's what we're going to do for sure. Let us set aside skirmishes for now and seek to defeat a group of at least a dozen opponents. That's pretty easy. We've done that already. Usually zombies are the best bet. Oh, that was my wife telling me something. Sorry about that. Basically, I don't know if I ever mentioned this on stream. I was out for a walk the other night, and a kitten started following me. And I ended up, I was kind of like, ah, man, I hate to leave this kitten outside. So I kind of left it where it was. It was at someone's house in kind of like their front yard. But it was clearly a stray. It looked like someone had, or another cat probably, another feral cat, had bitten its ears. So I went to the restaurant where I was supposed to meet my family, which is just right up the street, ate, and then came back, and the kitten was still there. And he followed me. He was really cool. He's like a little tuxedo kitten, like a black and white. And he just kept following me, and I was like, you know what? I'm not a super cat person, And I'm the type of person that I don't really like to have animals in my house, and that's just personal preference. But he's already kind of been outside for so long that I was like, you know what? Maybe he'll just make a good outside cat. And I have a great backyard and 2 little kids, so I just picked him up and we kept him. I took him to the vet the next day. Turns out he had like some problems with his ears. We got that cleared up. But he's just an awesome outside cat. My wife, she works at a restaurant. She was telling me that she picked up some like scraps for him, some chicken scraps, and I'm super. He's so cute. His name is Bitten, Bitten the kitten. But anyway, so if you ever hear meowing in the background, that's him at my back door, just like trying to get me to come outside and play with him. But anyway, so we can't do this yet. That's going to be a long time before we can do this one, but we are going to name a sergeant. And I think that should trigger in just a second, because all you need for that is to have one man with the Rally the Troops perk. See, that's a supply caravan from House Harkin. Oh my god, we're going to attack them. They have footmen. We're in good shape. We are a dozen men versus 6. It's not to say it's not a deadly fight, because it is. Yeah, they've got scary weapons, all arming swords, morning stars, military picks. We're going to pass with all of our archers. Let them come to us. Shield wall is going to be our friend. We're going to have to rely on our numbers. And they're trying to overload the top area here, which is fine. Okay, and he stepped right up. That's good. So 39%. Kite shields have better missile resistance, so we're going to want to look for dudes with heater shields. Good shot, but it didn't do almost any damage because we're using janky crossbows. We may even want to consider dropping dogs in this engagement. Using adrenaline there might have been a mistake because we need them to jump in further. So that's mistake number 1. Now let's move up. This may end up being one of those fights where we just want to use all of our pole hammers and stuff like that and try and crush them that way. Let's take one shot. Battle standard. Janold has a bill hook. Man, that bill hook's going to be so much better than that dinky crossbow. We just need to get him in a good spot. And we whiff a bit there. Spear wall, shield wall. Let's go for the triple surround on this guy. And I like getting riposte. There's a good chance they're going to all attack Svarog. And if they're not going to attack Svarog, then they're going to go here in the center, which is kind of more where we want them anyway. Very tempted to unleash a War Dog here, and I think we will. Well, he jumped in the exact wrong spot, but that's okay. Yeah, the adrenaline there was a mistake. It's something I'm not that used to using yet. But you want to use it when you're already engaged. But the dog is breaking up the lines nicely. Even though he jumped in kind of a bad spot, he's not in a terrible spot. Oh, they have Battle Forged. That's what the issue is. Okay. Pole hammer time. So Battle Forged is reducing our damage by a lot. As long as they have high armor, they take almost no damage. So we killed that guy. That's one down. Once again, tempted to drop another War Dog. We'll go for one shot, pole hammer, and wait. I think if we just straight up switch to the pike now, we should still be able to... No, we can't attack. Dang it, we should have taken a shot. We have a nice concave set up. Anywhere they jump, they're going to have a hard time. Just pass and see what happens. Yeah, they don't want to jump into this. We can step up, get a little bit closer. Now we have a 25% chance we can demolish their armor. Yeah, we don't have a great chance to hit these guys. We step in here for a better surround. I think we do. Go dog. I don't think Malgrim is long for this world, but if he helps us to come out of this fight relatively unscathed, then his life will have been worth it. We'll pass. There we go. Now that we have this like quintuple surround. Yeah, and there goes the dog. Sorry, Mogrim. Good push there from the footman, but if he's pushing us, he's not hitting us. Riposte, I'm happy to see as well. So having those maces is really good against footmen because it swings around shields. So let's wait and see if we can't step up. We need to get our pole hammers into better position. Nice, and we got the bleed. Perfect. Oh, forgot about the riposte. Not good. Step in on him. Step in on him. And we 100% do not want to step into a triple surround with those types of weapons. And if we're not going to be able to attack anyway, let's step up here. That way we at least have our choice of targets. Can we come up here? We cannot. So let's step here. We'll be able to hit him. Dang, we gotta move somewhere. We could step up and then shield wall. I think we will. His armor is so high. 26, 23. It gives us a quintuple surround on him. Damn, he still, yeah, he also, of course, has riposte, which is nice for him. Good hit. Did I say quintuple surround or quadruple surround? Even with the quadruple surround, we're still having trouble hitting that guy. Let's get in here, and 21. Good shot, and we even got the injury. We broke his nose. Okay, riposte again. Not a bad idea in this circumstance. The AI is playing pretty smart. It's just shield wall. Shield wall stab. I don't know if the shield wall itself will protect you from a riposte hit. But I do know that this guy is just tanking. We don't need much, just one little hit to go through. 21, 25, missing. 27. Okay, we finally hit him. You know what? Shield wall. There we go. Double bleeding. This guy is probably done. Let's just kill him. Hope to get some kind of resolve check. Damn, Wonton. The post is doing work for him. 1942. Ah. And they don't have the fatigue left to keep up the shield wall. So we finally worn them down. This should be a pretty decisive turn. Yeah. Another one bites the dust. We're going to need to step up a bit with our melee guys. 8%? Why 8%? So normal procedure here is to not swing until you have a bit better of a surround. We could just keep passing, but I want to hit him before he gets a chance to swing. That'll make him exhausted so that he won't be able to swing twice in the same turn. So that was my thought process there. Now we've got the big surround. He's completely exhausted. Pole arms can move in to melee range, or to their range rather. And then next turn they'll all be able to hit him. And then we have to kill a donkey. Happy that Wonton Fu is on the outside there. He took a lot of hits from that riposte, and that was pretty much just all my fault. So down he goes. So shield's no longer a problem for us. Our raiding has been pretty damn successful. I wish there were 2 donkeys though. I think 2 donkeys just straight up means more loot. But I have no doubt we're getting some pretty solid pickups from this battle. Too many guys wearing good helmets, lots of good shields, couple arming swords if we want to use them. If not, we can always sell them for a couple 100 crowns. Run them down. You don't have to cut his arteries, guys. Just kill him. He's a donkey. He's a tied up donkey. Someone's going to call medieval PETA. Come on, donkey. Alright, what do we get? We got 1 level on Isaac. And what do we pick up? Anything great? This is great. We got a flat top with mail. That's a huge pickup. And I also like the padded flat top helmets. I think these are the best crossbow helmets in the game that aren't legendary. We picked up a ton of ammo. That's awesome. And a lot of medical supplies. Wow, I almost didn't even see this. Medical supplies are expensive. This is like 2.5 stacks of ammunition, so about 330 gold, something like that. These are probably each like 300 gold a piece, and then this is going to be like another 300 plus gold when we sell it. Some food, and then, yeah. I mean, that was worth it alone just for that helmet. That one helmet is a huge pickup, and that's going to go straight onto our adventurous noble, Sir Lancel. We now have a better male coif for Ozzy. And it's very tempting. So here, let's give this to Wonton. Let's give to Leisure Side. Let's give him the best helmet we can. And then we'll do the same thing for Janold. As our crossbowmen, they now are outfitted with the best helmets we can give them. And I think that's pretty sweet. And then we have straight up male coice on our archers. That's really strong. The arming swords we want to repair. Actually, there's no point in doing that. We don't have any tools, I don't think. Which one's 14 fatigue versus 16? I really prefer kite shields over heater shields in most matchups, especially, I mean, if there's going to be ranged, period, you want kite shields over heater shields. Otherwise, if it's going to be an all frontline affair, you want the heater shields. So Isaac is leveled. What do we do with Isaac? So he is hopefully going to be a two-handed bro for us. The flail plus the brute trait is really strong. We could even give him headhunter and just make it so that he just hits people on the head. With crippling strikes and executioner, I think that would be really strong. Let's see what his stats are shaking out as. Yeah, we're not taking any more hit points. We'll take fatigue. We'll take melee defense. And we should just take melee skill, I think. You know what? No. We're going to go fatigue, resolve, melee defense. His HP is high enough. There's going to be a point in the late game where we're going to wish this guy had 60 plus resolve. Especially if he's going to end up being something like a lone wolf. And if he's going to be something like a lone wolf, we're going to want to give him stuff like underdog, reach advantage. I don't think we can really postpone giving him that anymore. Underdog would be useful right now. Reach advantage. We want Berserk is the big deal. Let's give him... Yeah, let's give him Underdog. So, being surrounded, as we've talked about many times before, I mean, the enemy can do it to us too. And the fact that he's out on the wings right now, he's on a flank, he's going to get surrounded. So, protecting him with Underdog is solid, up until the point where he's going to be a two-handed bro. And he's going to get surrounded a lot, especially if we want to make him a lone wolf. But the big deal is we need to get to Battle Forged and Berserk as fast as possible. Probably two of the strongest perks in the game. Battle Forge, which is what all those footmen had, which was why they were so tough to take out. And then Berserk, giving us extra action points once we get kills, which is just unbelievable on archers. Just turns them into absolute machine gunners. But what a sick little battle that was. Just a cool pickup. And yeah, ambition fulfilled. So you were unsure at first about assigning Wonton Fu to this important task, for he was as committed to revelry and carousing as any other man. But Wonton Fu takes to his duties with a zeal that is at first admirable and later worrying. Scoffing at dawn as the rising hour of the cowardly and infirm, Wonton Fu decides that everyone must start the day much earlier. He runs the men through the usual sparring routines and checks their equipment for splits and wear. But to such light work he adds strict rules about setting up and breaking camp, formation drills, lessons on flanking, forced marches with stones in their packs, and a detailed punishment regimen for anyone who dares fall behind. Words such as back-breaking, cruel, flint-hearted, and merciless, as well as dozens of saltier epithets, ring in the air whenever Wonton Fu is safely out of earshot, though never when he is sleeping, for the brothers have learned that Wonton Fu, the faithful, never truly sleeps. So we get our Sergeant Sash. That's a big deal. We gain more renown, and that's going to be huge. So let's go ahead and give that to Wonton Fu. That is not Wonton Fu. This is Wonton Fu. And, wait, do we have someone we didn't assign stuff to? No, we're good. Come down here, Sergeant Sash. Boom. So from a lowly monk, he is now our sergeant. I think that is well deserved. And at 68 resolve, that's pretty huge. And the Sergeant Sash gives him 10 resolve. So whenever he goes to use his Rally the Troop skill, the likelihood of his being able to bring those units back from routing is going to be much more likely. And that's why we chose him. I mean, 3 stars in resolve is a huge amount. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are they like hunting us? Time to disappear, I guess. We could potentially fight those guys, but I mean, we just fought a much smaller group and had trouble. So yeah, let's get the heck away from them. Archery contest. That'd be cool if that meant lower prices there. I think it just means that there are potentially more dudes for hire, like poachers and things. Filming the Giant. Interesting. So I saw in a recent patch notes that they added, they kind of changed how the peasant company Origins is working. I guess people were complaining maybe they weren't able to recruit certain types of peasants, and I think they broadened that. They made it so that certain types of cultists in the cultist playthrough that they appeared more often. I'm really hoping that they'll see the light and make it so that you can recruit barbarians, because man, I would love to get them into my group. Not only that you can recruit barbarians, but that in a playthrough like ours, that they're more likely to pop up. Get rid of the military pick, we get rid of the arming swords. We'll hold on to the heater shields. Man, all the stuff we can sell. And we need tools. We absolutely have to have tools. And now that I'm looking, we have pretty sick provisions. 9 days worth? Okay, we'll sell our scrap metal armor, rusty mail coif. We can sell one of the axe hammers. I like having 2 boar spears though, and 1 staff sling. It's just like an option. Have we bought any? No, we need tools. Let's buy all 3. Because what we're doing right now is we're giving ourselves the option to go into the wild, and 9 days. Man. Is there anything in here that we want to buy? Doubtful. There is a contract. We can do that. You know what we should do is go to the barber and look at Lancel. Sir Lancel. What is Sir Lancel? Oh no, buddy. We got to fix that haircut. Okay, I believe that Sir Lancel would be jacked. He is the son of Lance after all. We don't have to give him a beard. I don't mind. I'm not going to mess with his face, but we can't let him have that haircut. We got to give him a slick look. There we go. And if you're joining our crew, you got to have some tattoos. You got to get inked. Doesn't have to be too serious. I mean, come on, chill out. Okay, so let's give him this ink here. That looks good. Sir Lancel. He just wants to be more like his brother. Eugene. We can't change your face, Eugene. I think that's inappropriate. But we can help you grow a better beard. You know what? You're doing it. Mutton chops. Can't mess with that. Channeled. No one in my crew can have this haircut. I like forbid it. In fact, you're going. We're gonna make you bald because of that. I like the beard though. Keep that. Ozzy. Oh man. Ozzy, dude. What are you doing? What are we doing? That looks pretty cool. You grow out your man bun. Keep it out of your eyes because you're an archer. Makes sense to me. Leisure side. He's all scarred up because he's a flagellant. So we're going to keep that. That makes sense. And he's a man who works miracles. What does a man who works miracles look like? Like an incredible badass is what he looks like. Hopefully you guys find this entertaining. I love doing this. The more options they add, the happier I am. I feel like he's almost sort of like a mad prophet. You know, a thaumaturge, a dude who's just like not concerned at all with his looks. Have I not been accepting these? I didn't. God dang it. Bald. Bald and accept. Of course I messed up. Mutton chops. Accept. Alright, and I fixed her lancel. Alright, that was good. Yeah, my bad, guys. I'm sure you were screaming at the... Yeah. No, this haircut is forbidden. We have too many black-haired guys. What's up with that? There we go. Fritz the Swine, I feel like he doesn't bathe. I kind of like keeping this haircut because it kind of reminds us that he's a monk. All good. Alright, let's check out this contract. No, we can't do that. We can't go to other places because other places hate us. So we're still hostile. We're currently reliable. But like I said though, we can go out into the wilderness and try and find fights with beasts. We've been taking all these fights with footmen and stuff. Ooh, we forgot about this place, the ruins of old. Didn't this place have armored zombies? I think we're ready for that. Let's jump in here. Wish me luck. This might be the toughest fight we've had yet. Ooh, and Geists. So armored zombies and Geists. But with a bit of terrain, we've got some high ground. Let's let them come closer. We're going to get Janold here out of the pits. Yeah, we can move them up top. That's not bad. And when they get close with the Geist, we'll pull out our battle standard, and that should help us from being scared. And I should have just straight up passed with all of my melee guys. That would have saved us some time. But only 3 Geists is not a problem. We've killed almost this exact group before. They probably weren't all armored Wiedergangers, but still. With no Necromancer, they're really not that terrifying. A few of them will come back from time to time, but other than that, we'll be good. But look forward to the next episode, because I think we're just going to head north. Assuming we don't take any weird casualties or anything here. And we're going to try and find some barbarians and stuff to fight up in the north from the new DLC. Or at least some stuff from, you know, the Beast and Exploration DLC. I'm not completely unhappy just because I've never had a start like this where I've been able to fight, you know, footmen and things right off the bat. So already this has been a cool, useful playthrough for me, just learning how to cope with that. Also the idea that I just can't take contracts wherever I want. I just can't travel. So this has been a unique playthrough for me as well. I'm not particularly scared of being on the low ground here. Spear wall. And since we have this ridge here, we'll step up and take it. We'll make it so that if they want to come up top, they have to get past us. They're not just going to be on like even footing as us. Pass and pass. Almost. The thing with Geists is when they're unsupported, they're super weak. So if you can just find the guys who are standing between you and them and take them out, you can just walk right up to them and bop them. But until then, they're pretty tough when they have a wall of zombies to stand behind. Yep, that's what I was expecting. And we'll just hold position up here. And they made it past Wonton's spear wall. And it's about that time where we need to pull out our banner. Step down here. Okay. This would be the ideal position. Stepping right up here. Okay. We're attacking them from the low ground. That's usually a bad start. Good hit. We just need Zach to pull out that banner before they start scaring us. Get him out of the way. We can just take shots at Geists. I mean, it's a super low chance. But here we go. Banner out. We'll step up. And we're kind of in the center of our brothers. Nice. Only one Geist left. And he tried to do his little like piercing hand attack, but it did not work. We'll step up even one more time so we can get that attack off. And there goes the scream. But he should just be dead. And we killed a ghost with a mace. So you don't see that every day. But we did it. And we'll get a little bit better of a surround here. Attack the one on the low ground so we have the best chance of hitting. And if we can make it through this fight without taking like any damage at all, that'd be crazy. And that's exactly what we did. Picking up 4 levels from that fight. And a ton of gold. You know what? We're going to briefly head back. Just to clear up some space in our inventory. Make sure we have a ton of crowns. Even if we need to buy even more tools, we can. And then we're going to head... Well, we can also check real quick just to make sure they haven't gotten a new... Ooh, I was scared for a moment that was going to be that group with the 10 footmen. But we can check the marketplace. Yeah, we bought all the tools, which is kind of our big hindrance right now. We're only going to have 1 stack of tools to go up north with. But the prices for this are just sick. Sell, sell, sell. Try and get rich. Get rid of the spear. Get rid of that junk. Junk. Holding on to the bear hat for sentimental reasons, obviously. Don't need 2 of these. I want to keep just a bare minimum of stuff just in case something breaks. We'll be good to go. I'm tempted now that we have so much gold for us to like buy some throwing weapons. Like bundles of javelins and throwing axes. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. Tomorrow we'll start off by heading over into the wild north and trying to explore a bit. So here we get another ambition. It falls to us to see that the company succeeds. Catch the eye of a noble house. Defeat a group of 12 men. I think that's going to be the next one we do. Well, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I will see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.